race number 2 because it was a complete contrast to race number 1 where he went so well in the lineup. And look at that, he's got away again. It's as if the kill switch was stuttering on or off. I'm unsure as to why the difference, but look at that, he's out there in front again, so going for it, and so he should do. Good to see John. Good work, John Roper out there. So John, there he goes. So looking out on that Kawasaki ZX10, the Advantage engineering man from Pio, the home of such people like our TV sports presenter and Rob Waddell, the famous rower. So yeah, we've got a couple of Jenny May. Jenny May's the other one I'm thinking of. So good one. Yep. 250. Yeah, look at that. Well, remember, of course, has been Kerry Chapman has been the hot shot of this group, and he's already showing his class out there. To see a 250 production bike like a TZR winning racing here today gives us an idea of A, what a top pilot he is, but also what the conditions have been like, because the 1000s and the 600s and the likes have not stood a chance against a 250. So a little TZR 250, a bike to a claim of fame, the likes of Wally Dumper and Aaron Slight and Tony Rees, to name but 3 that we reflected on before. So well done to Kerry. The little TZR 250 winning postie racing. You not find that on a dry day. But there it is, back with John Roper. Man, what has happened to that man? So yeah, the first race reasonable. Is it maybe the wet tyres? Did he have wets on? No good. Just his own riding point of view is what I'm reflecting on, because it was like a switch had got turned. He was well placed. He just managed to hold on for third, being pushed by Craig Green. But in that last race, so he's gone from something like third to sixth, and now a chance to be in the lead as our little 250 starts to pick up the pace and trying to get through there. Looking out for Kerry on that little 250. Yeah. Well, there'll be lots of reasons for it, but one thing is that the difference has just been there, has been amazing today. That little 250, Kerry Chapman, take a bow. Maybe it's not much the TZR, it may be that it's a 250 and it may be hot as. There'd be no production ruling around post-classic, so maybe he's put some TZ bits on that TZR, but still then it wouldn't necessarily have made anything even bigger or better or worse. Oh, look at this lineup. Star-studded. Oh, I'm pleased. Going to get another microphone here for our post-classics, and we'll relive this. And we've got Hamish and Blake to join us, fresh from your last race there last time, guys. So tell us, guys, as we're watching this postie race, I've got Hamish Fox and Blake Ross with us. First of all, Hamish, you can get him from the start, but then he gets you. What happens in the race?
Oh, you show me the wheel, that's for sure. Blake's a bit of a demon under brakes, and I just, need to man up, I think, in that regard. I'm just not quite good enough. But yeah, Blake's excellent under braking, and he's good everywhere else too. So it's hard to get around it, that's for sure.
Indeed, Blake, indeed, he might have 100cc on you. He's a young guy working, but hey, literally, he's only been in our sport for 5 minutes, so great to have somebody like that as a challenge for you.
Yeah, it's good to see someone like just jump in it and instantly be pushing me, so it's a little bit scary, but you know, but yeah, it's
right,
it's good, definitely.
Conditions in that last race, they appeared to be a little bit wetter than the previous race. Is that just our perception from up here, or are they any better or worse?
Yeah, it kind of started to rain as we went out, but it felt like all the other races.
Okay, all right. Hamish, and now as this whole series is concluded, and from where you've come from in round 1 now to the end of round 3, you've double classed at most of them, so you've probably done close to 20 odd races. How are you feeling about road racing?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm hooked. I'm hook, line and sinker, to tell you the truth. We're going to be in it as long as we can, and yeah, it's been great. The Hamilton Winter Series, sponsored by Kawasaki, it's been just fantastic. It's really well run. All the events go well. It's just a pleasure to take part in, really.
Good. All right, back with Blake. First of all, Blake, the series, how vital is it? You've got a production endurance race coming up here next month as well. Is it important to be doing this kind of racing this time of year?
Oh yeah, it definitely helps. Just doing as much laps as I can around the track, but wouldn't be possible without the sponsors helping me out and all the family just coming and supporting me and cheering me along. It really helps. Yeah, we could see Dad hanging through the fence down there, so we were doing that one. Back to this race at the moment, watching Kerry Chapman, Jean-Louis, Mark Hatton, John Roper. So remembering John Roper in that superb start, he's now gone back to 4th place, but hey, he got a good start. Kerry's in there as well, John and Mark, so some very good posties. We've got a nice interview here at the moment with Hamish Fox and
Blake Ross at the moment, back with Hamish at this stage, and Hamish following his lines and staying with him. What are you learning from a young man like that?
Oh, well, I'm learning everything. He's probably taught me too much, to be honest. No, it's fantastic to have someone who runs at the front of the national series in the 300 class, to be able to sit behind him or close to him and just see where he goes, how he rides, where his body position is, braking points, everything. It's all learning, Neil. It's all learning, and there's a lot to go, but we're getting there bit by bit.
All right, Blake, you've talked about your ambitions. You want to stay in Supersport 300 and make the improvements as to where you're going. What have you learnt through this series, for example, about how you're going to make it? Because every millimetre counts, doesn't it?
Oh, I've definitely learned how to get creative passing those bigger bikes, like with the extra 100cc's.
Yeah.
Like around the turn 5, I was projecting his line pretty well, so I had to come up with something different and try to square him up, and luckily worked. But yeah, it's just finding different ways to really pass people, and instead of just using the same old slipstream, got to have something else up your sleeve as well.
Well, many years ago there was an event on TV about finding a sort of a master athlete out of sporting people, and Aaron Slight was their motorcycle representative, and he beat an All Black at the time, Scott McLeod, and all of a sudden people woke up to the fact that, actually motorcyclists, you need to be physically fit. Are you finding that you're having to do something because you're a small, slight guy, so you need some strength? What do you feel like fitness-wise out there?
Oh yeah, it's alright, just need more time on the bike. I just everything gets a bit tight, but just hit the motocross bike, and that seems to help.
Yeah, exactly, would do indeed. All right, just still watching here with our F1 Engineering Classic and Post-Classic lineup, and this amazing race that is unfolding, folks. Why? Because you've got a tiny little Yamaha TZR 250 leading bikes like FZR 1000s and ZX10s, so 250 over 1000s just doesn't seem plausible. But if you knew Kerry Chapman and realised what feats he's achieved in this class, you'd understand why. So great shot to him and his excellence of racing as we're back once again. In fact, we'll pass the microphone to Connor this time. Connor, you know a lot about both of these guys. You've watched Blake. You're helping to mentor Hamish. Is our sport going the right direction with young guns like this involved?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of young guys out there, especially with the Gixxer Cup. There's heaps of riders coming through.
What about Luca Durning behind those boys?
Yeah.
He got better and better as the day
he
went
did.
on. That third race was a cracker.
Yeah, he did the last race there. He was right there. He was doing some lap times. I think there was an issue with his transponder showing up his lap times, but I think he wasn't too far off. He would have been only a second or two off. So, there's so many young guys coming through, especially through the Gixxer Cup and through the 300 series. So it's a really good starting point for our young guys.
Does it make you feel good to be able to help young people? Is that something that ticks your box personally?
Absolutely, yeah. I say it's a bit of a waste if you spend 8,
Absolutely.
9, 10 years racing and then you can't pass on anything. So I think it's really important for the guys that are racing superbikes and 600s to pass what they've learnt on.
All right, so we take everything in steps. Some of them are little, some of them are big for these two guys. What do you think they should be aiming at in the next 6 months, which will incorporate the Nationals next year? What do you think should be some of the guidance you would give them in that road forward?
Hamish needs to lay off the pies. If
If
he wants to win on this 300, he's got to lose a bit of weight. But
okay, all right, there you go.
no, these guys, they just need to focus on just securing all these sponsors and presenting themselves in the right way.
So Chris Costello came back in the room again.
Here, pie, soy popped in. But no, I think these guys need to really focus on their goals and where they want to be. They can't think about what's happening just now. They need to think about what's happening in the future. So they've got to prepare for that. And so obviously the steps that they need to take and what they need to do. So
all right, here we are, checkered flag. Let's just button and see these boys come home. Well done again to Kerry Chapman. This amazing result today, 6.6 seconds, and you do it on a little TZR 250 Yamaha. Great result there, Kerry, and a bike. Well, we can remember those from the heydays of the 80s and the famous Castrol 6 hour. More importantly, what was called the Champion 2 hour at the time, and the great Saturday race at Manfield on a very often a super sunny day in November. In fact, they had much better weather than the days of the Castrol. On the Sunday, it seemed to be a bit like yesterday versus today, that you'd have a nice day for Saturday and the weather gods would disappoint on the Sunday for the big guys. But Kerry in that TZR 250, superb from Gian Louis in there, Mark Hatton, Craig Green along with Nigel. Look for John Roper as well. So nice work in the F1 Engineering sponsored racing. We're just here with our star of yesterday and 2 stars of tomorrow, and just talking again with star of yesterday and Connor Kawasaki series. On reflection of it, may not have had the quantity, but I don't think it's lacked quality, has it?
no, absolutely not. There's been quite a few people that just did the odd round here and there as well, but for sure there's some quality out there. So in the senior class there was some quick guys, and especially in the juniors, they've obviously going really quick. And yeah, all across the classes, there's some real quality, and obviously it's really showing with all their lap times.
Beautiful indeed. All right, final words. We'll go over here with Hamish first up. Thank